this information. And not only current value is important of a particular equipment, we would like to see the status over a period of time in certain cases. For example, if it's the motor, we would like to see how long the motor has been used throughout a day or a couple of days for that matter. So the historical graphs need to be drawn, and we have given APIs to do that. So all that is the monitoring aspects of the system, and there should be other manual interventions that I talked about. Let's say somebody figures out there's a problem, the motor is, for whatever reason, the maximum threshold sensor is not working, so the motor continuously works and the water is overflowing. So for that, if that is noted, we have given manual actions to be triggered, the API to do that. And whether it is manual actions or actions triggered by the analytical engine, those are recorded and displayed in this event log panel. So this is a simple web UI that has been developed by one of our guys based on the APIs exposed. So we have talked about the monitoring and controlling aspects, and let's quickly go through the other important things that we can do with a system like this. If you think of a situation where, let's say, there's a pipe that takes the water from the tube well to the pond, and if this pipe gets broken or blocked, what happens is the sensor data coming from the water pond, the water level sensor readings will always tell that there's no water, or the water is below the minimum threshold. Then the motor will continuously pump the water, but the water will be wasted because that's either broken or blocked. In such a case, the analytical engine need to be configured with a rule. If the motor runs for a certain period of time that is sufficient enough to fill the pond, then the motor should be stopped. So that basically talks about how to prevent equipment getting damaged, and also making sure that the equipment has a long time span. And similar to that, the historical data can also be useful in situations where motor can continue to run even if it has reached the mid-level, if there are enough animals to drink water, right? So based on the historical data, we can figure out the peak time related to this system. So these are the general couple of usages of the system. Let's see the future that we are foreseeing with this system. So we have done this system for one place. It's our Kumana National Park, and lately we got to know that similar systems has been available for some time in other places like Udawalawe and Yala, Vilpattu. So this basically gives us a chance to integrate more than one site, multiple sites into our cloud service platform, and still ensure that there are certain data separation and security is also concerned. And for this, we are thinking of some sort of multi-tenancy model to be used in future. So that's basically covers from the site, on-site, to the cloud service platform, and the things, the information, the control and monitoring aspects being available to the stakeholders. So this essentially is connecting